So, Sanjeet, you're moderating, huh?
Huh?
You're moderating, Sanjeet, or no? Am I moderating? That's
You
You
a
guys are
guys
that's
are
a
live
moderating.
There's
already.
moderation required.
I know.
You
You're
guys are
live.
live already. Figure this
I know.
out.
You're live.
Yeah,
Oh
we're
yeah,
live. We're
No,
live.
Dhruv is
we're
moderating.
live.
Okay, fine. Hello, guys. Ignore the part before this because we were still in prep, trying to understand who is moderating this lovely episode that we have planned. Why have we planned this episode, guys? Can I ask you guys first that question?
Don't ask me. I did not want to
You
talk about this movie.
Because it's a Zoya Akhtar film, no?
Exactly.
Acha.
And she
Okay,
has
that's
We
the
sure
disappointed
that's
about
us.
that? We sure about that? That it is not
Ah,
directed by an AI.
No,
it's not
that is
that.
one thing we're all certain about.
Yes.
it might be
So I,
filmmaking by committee, but it's
Hmm.
not AI for sure.
Yeah, okay.
yes.
Which is
So,
worse, I
anyways,
wonder.
that's true. Anyways, whoever is joining us, welcome to our live stream. I see one person, which is great, more than we expect always.
Always.
So two people. Anyways, no, thank you for joining our live stream. We are joined by Sanjeet. You're doing the live stream, right, Sanjeet? Who is basically the founder and co-host of this podcast. Part of the live stream for
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
first time, I think. Yes,
I am.
Varun.
The
Who?
first time it
Yes,
was you,
yes, and
no?
Varun is also joining, who's a regular for us on podcast version, and I'm pretty sure will be a regular if he wants, of course. Uh, oh
We'll
God,
see how this one
Amrila has
goes.
already asked us this question, which is do the
Why do the backgrounds don't
don't
match?
match?
Yes, we are.
I don't think the word dissonance has anything to do with this film.
Dissonance. I don't think dissonance is something they know. To be very honest, that's too much English for them.
They know, huh? No,
They know the
they know
English.
French,
It's not
huh?
a part of the film.
Godard and all.
The only French they know is Godard. They don't know anything else. I can guarantee you this much.
Melville, they don't know.
Melville they
तो
don't
करना
know.
तो उसके बाद स्नार्क निकालना तो करना तो एपिसोड anyways
मुझे लगता है
we
मुझे
are
हंसू है एपिसोड में.
we are joined together to discuss the Archies 2023 release, been notorious for the casting, I think, more than anything else before release. एक second. I'm getting comments, so I'm trying to basically think.
Okay then.
Nice. Yes. Is this you? Are you familiar with this term? I'm guessing it's for you, right?
Yes, I am. Don't
Okay.
worry about it. I know this guy.
Sure. Okay. Got it. Okay. No. You can random followers. That's also fine. Anyways, we are talking about this the Archies, which but I think before talking about film itself, I'll ask you guys if any of you was actually. So let me clarify. Some of you have read the book comics or avid follow comics. I am basically I went zero knowledge as such. Zero. My no reference point was Kuch Hota Hai. So I'm coming from that angle.
Wow. Jesus Christ.
Yes.
And Karan's
But
reference for that was Archies.
Yes.
ठीक है
This
वो
is
better
so
थी यार चीज का version but anyways you guys who all is familiar with the comics, what was the preconceived notions based on what the publicity had been on the casting choices, on Zoya Akhtar's whatever interview she'd given about the film, anything specific? I know ask
Well,
कोई भी
it
jump
looks better than Riverdale. It looks better than Riverdale. That's the first thing that had come to my mind actually.
तूने ट्रेलर देखा और पहला वही you got the thought that
Yes.
it
Yes.
looked I had
It,
heard that Riverdale looks good, no? No, okay, fine. Varun,
I'm trying very hard not to curse.
you can curse, it's fine. You're allowed.
No. I'm trying to control myself. Give me a
Acha,
second.
take okay, Kar. Varun, any other thoughts you had before? Are you a Zoya Akhtar fan?
I would like to think I am, but Gully Boy, Dil Dhadakne Do, and now this have me questioning that in a
Okay.
major way. But yeah, I've been an
Okay.
Archie's fan for like 17 odd years now. My my grandparents' house used to have this stack of old Archies. The paper had gone from white to yellow to brown. It was that old, and basically it was the stuff my dad read in his teenage years, and
Mhm.
so I'm acquainted with the basic relationships and stuff like that. But I, I'm not as big a fan of Archies as I am of Tintin or Asterix or Commando
Mhm.
or
Mhm.
Calvin and
Mm.
Hobbes. Those are
Which
the
one was
comics
Commando
in my.
again?
Commando is the British World War II and World War One comics, black
Oh,
and
okay,
white.
okay. No,
So
my
yeah,
Archie thing is the same only as Varun. Like I read Tintin and Asterix, so
Mhm.
obviously in the regional version, like Bengali version, because those are funnier, by the way. And
Okay.
then I
Okay.
then I finally got the Archie's version. I think when I was in class six. So and by the way, to all the people who are saying that Archie comics are not relatable, they were pretty cheap. You could have just shelled out a
yeah,
bit of money and you could have bought them. It's fine, you know. You don't have to show off your moral superiority because you did not read a goddamn English comic. It's fine.
and they
So
were available everywhere. It's not like it was only the
yeah, it's
metros
not
where
as
they
if
were sold.
they were some sort of a thingy that only Sogo
Elites,
people or Soko people used to
Hmm.
get. That's not
we would
it.
not be reading it otherwise.
Because Varun
Yes, exactly.
told me that he was surprised that I didn't read it since I'm a Delhi born bred
Ah,
whatever.
Yeah, I'm more
Yeah.
surprised.
there
Yeah,
there
I'm
is a
more
culture,
surprised.
right? There is a culture of that sort of comics, especially because I had my Delhi cousins had like stacks and stacks of comics, and I was like, dude, why do you have so many comics?
But then again, Dhruv hasn't seen Batman the animated series and a lot of stuff either, so it's fine. He's
Oh, his childhood is a little
It all
empty
makes
of
sense now.
all. Uh,
it all makes
K3
sense. His love for Karan Johar.
has clobbered. Exactly.
Mhm.
Anyways, since you any knowledge for Archie, any sort of
I've read just one Archie comic, just one
your
in my life.
audio is a bit crazy, but okay. One you only read
I
one.
mean, is it too much or is it too less?
Too much.
I'll go a little far away from the mic.
That mic clarity is too good.
For once,
कुछ ज्यादा ही अच्छा है.
I'm taking a cue from Amartya, no, for once.
अच्छा,
अच्छा.
okay.
You take cues क्या? अच्छा अच्छा ठीक है ठीक है.
I'm joking. I'm joking. No, I've read just one comic
Hmm.
Yeah.
ever.
There's
That's
no
all.
sort of preconceived sort of expectations you went with while watching the film. You
No,
try
just
and
the Zoya Akhtar
avoid in
tag.
any case. So.
I think just the Zoya Akhtar tag is a bigger sell than anything else.
Yes.
But I think the noises around the film were just way too much from the announcement itself.
Yeah. The
I
casting you mean.
think around the casting and everything. So it's a
Hmm.
little, so it's a little difficult to cut through that noise to watch something. But yeah, but it was okay. Like I managed successfully, but the film didn't. So that's
Sure.
something we will talk.
Yes, we will. So should we jump into the film directly? Because I think it's best to talk the material we watched and what we have thoughts on, I suppose. So we'll do a brief sort of let's go around initial impressions and positive in the initial impressions. Uh, so we can delve deep into the negatives later, I suppose, because I know there's lots we have to get through. So yes, start with Sanjeet. Sanjeet, go first. Sanjeet is quiet, so someone else will go first.
um,
No, okay. So he has a video, like a I think.
I
Anyways, go
no
ahead. Yeah.
no, I think there's a big lag in audio. That's why
Yes, no
it's
Yeah,
problem,
there
it's
is.
sir.
No, there is a huge lag in audio.
uh
It's coming
so
from most of our ends also. It's fine.
Yeah.
so whatever. No, I think I'm like there was too much noise around the casting. That's what I've mentioned, Abhi. But the thing is, when you have someone like Zoya Akhtar who's generally very sensitive with topics and subjects, with characters, and you kind of and like in an outside thing, you can always look
Mm-hmm.
at it as a director who always has empathy for her characters.
Mm-hmm.
I think for some reason there was a large distance between the characters and the filmmaker. Although it feels like she's in love with the characters, it does
Mm-hmm.
feel that she's a little distant from it. Um,
Okay.
but in general, I felt the the acting by the three leads, as I would put it, was a
Mhm.
little too off in many ways. Like the dialogue delivery
Mhm.
was a little too stunted, like, and at times it did feel like that, um the, the director shouted action and then the character would do that action,
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
as a person, not as the character itself. Like there are
You
two
can see the
instances that I
acting.
like still remember.
Uh,
Mm, you can see the acting more than most of us, I suppose.
Yeah. And like there's that one bit where Khushi Kapoor is about to write in a diary, like the first moment, and
Mhm.
it feels like, the camera has been placed on top and the director's just shouted action and she's trying to open the pen and write it. It doesn't feel like the character is doing something. It feels like an amateur person is has been asked to do a task. That's the difference.
Yep.
And
Mhm.
even though I like that one song in the film, I just generally didn't like most of the songs for some reason. That one song is that Dishum Dishum one, which happens
Oh yeah.
in the gymnasium where they're
Yes.
playing they're doing the cheerleading thing. I
Yes.
like that
Yeah.
song and the choreography, but there are moments where the camera's on Kushi Kapoor and it feels like someone just shouted action and then she started acting, and she's lip sync to a song. It
Mhm.
feels like very mechanical approach to something, so
Mhm.
there is no
Mhm.
flow to things. And of course, like acting in general felt like, they're acting as a separate person and dancing and singing as a separate, entity,
Awesome. Mhm.
much
Mhm.
like Tiger Shroff.
Yes, you were saying this.
Yeah, I mean, but these are more
Shroff in general, you mean, and all the movies basically, you said.
ha ha initial thoughts
And
is
Got
whatever. I didn't like the film, but I
mm.
these were majorly my reasons for disliking it. But yeah, go ahead.
Sure. Got it. Amartya?
Mm, I honestly am speechless about this movie. It's very weird, to be very honest with you.
You are speechless.
Amartya is speechless.
That is
No, no, I'm speechless because for a two-star movie, I like elements of it very strongly, which is
okay.
very weird for me. It's like if this movie had if this movie had none of the actors and this movie only coasted on the aesthetics and vibes, this movie would have been a 5 out of 5.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
she got
Yeah,
all the vibes right. She got all the aesthetics right.
correct,
Now the
correct, correct.
question
Mhm.
now the question comes ki aesthetics at what cost? She
Huh.
got the
Mhm.
aesthetics right at the cost of retrofitting India's history, putting it in a sheltered community. 60s के इंडिया में क्या हो रहा है सब इग्नोर करो, वो सब करके aesthetics बनाओ. So that's the cost she's doing. Okay.
Sorry for interrupting. One thing,
Hmm.
the like the thing is, she's told this in many interviews that we should have that suspension of that belief thing, na? Like we shouldn't really think of this
Bhai,
as something.
I know,
But
but
my
suspension
point
of
is, if you
disbelief and
keep
jumping,
referring
suspension of
to
this, yeah,
keep
yeah.
no, no,
Continue,
correct. I
continue.
agree with you. My point is that if you constantly keep referring to
Referring.
something that is much closer to a reality, like independence, which is like whatever 1940s, then how could you completely detach yourself from that reality? You can't. I
Yeah.
think she shouldn't have constantly stuck to that. She should have just been a little distant from it.
Hmm.
That's what I felt. But sorry,
And
continue.
mm, no, no, and it's also that I think so. That was one cost she had to do, and the second thing is that if this hadn't been a nepotism launch vehicle, this movie
Mhm.
might have worked more. To be
Mm.
very honest with you,
Mm.
this is a
Mhm.
nepotism launch vehicle. This is Student of the Year's version 2.0 by Zoya Akhtar.
Hey, student of the year
Three
was
हो
okay.
गया सर ये. Three.
Sorry,
Comparison, man.
3 3. Sorry, 3 3 3. I forgot two existed.
I speak
Sorry.
for
So
student of the year one, by the way, huh? Not two. I'm not two.
the fact that you're supporting Student of the Year one is already
Is
travesty.
bad
ठीक है,
enough.
जो भी हो.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, it's not that bad, okay, compared to the sorry, but
The
We are not
filmmaking
even
in this
going
is better
relativity. Yeah,
comparatively.
yeah. We are not even going relatively. ठीक है. I'm
come
just
on,
saying.
guys. Okay, go ahead.
This is just
My
your
point,
Karan
my
Johar.
point, my point. Hold on. My point is कि this movie is a nepotism launch vehicle, which is why this movie crashed and burned. Because इस मूवी का प्रॉब्लम जो भी myriad of problems हो, the writing is stunted or faulty and the stakes are low, I can offer up counters to each of them. I can't counter the fact that none of the three leads can act, or the three leads can act at the bare minimum, like 0.5, 1, 1.5. Suhana Khan is 1.5, Agastya Nanda is 1, Khushi Kapoor is 0.5. That's the range.
Yeah, I told you to be positive in the initial impressions, not
He is
this
being positive.
negative.
This is be positive. What do you want me to do?
ठीक है, I got your gist.
Yes.
Yes, I think Varun will move on to you for hard
Yeah.
still.
I like how Amartya said he's got given it a 2-star on, I think, Letterboxd, and I'm the one who's going to say more positive things despite having given it a lower rating than that.
Yes.
I think parts of it, like Sanjeet pointed out, parts of it I think worked uh, despite Agastya Nanda and Suhana Khan and Khushi Kapoor's worst efforts. But or best efforts. I have a feeling this might be the best.
This might be their best efforts.
But to me, the idea of placing this whole thing of independence in the 60s and the references and everything, it felt so labored after a point. It didn't feel like that should inform your film. It shouldn't be, for vibes only. Otherwise, then just give us a regular film set inside a Sobo school. No, we'll believe it. Don't give us
We have to.
Don't give us a specified uh, time period, as it were. But let's stick to the positive. I think some of the older actors were particularly good. Like, and it's like you can remember these faces from like Rock On. So Luke Kenny is there. Suhas
Yes.
Ahuja was in Talash actually, long ago now. So Koel Puri, I think quite a few of us remember from On the Couch with Koel.
Yeah. All Excel people, no?
Yeah, Tara Sharma, for instance, was there. I didn't like Vinay Pathak, surprisingly. I'm usually a big Vinay Pathak fan. I think he's great and everything. Here, it felt like he was the one stereotypical Anglo-Indian that, for some reason, Zoya Akhtar just wanted to shove into it, and it just didn't work.
Your आवाज की request is आप चिल्लाइए थोड़ा.
मैं चिल्लाऊं, मेरी माँ उठ के जो मेरे को मारेगी ना. So,
see guys, this should be proof that Archie comics could be bought by everybody. हम बहुत गरीब है.
मैं गरीब नहीं हूँ. मैंने बस संजीत का सजेशन नहीं लिया कि माइक खरीद माइक.
I just got so I had to just plug it in.
No.
Yes.
So
yes,
I thought that apart from that, for me, Mihir Ahuja really worked. I thought he was a great Jughead. I wish he had more to do, but
I agree.
Vedang Raina for me.
Yeah, I'm coming to those two as well.
Yeah.
I think the scene in the gymnasium, that the Dishum Dishum song,
That was
right? And
hilarious.
he's like, "You've kissed them all in French," and that is such great.
Oh, I forgot. That's the other French they know. Yeah.
We don't know that they know that, Amar. We're just guessing.
Yeah. They're just
giving them credit.
Ahindran's some questions about well, yes, this is pointed towards Amartya.
Yeah, of course it's pointed towards me. What are you doing? Of course it's pointed towards me.
I'm pointing that she's pointing it towards you. So
Yeah, of course. I know.
I'm a dutiful servant of the comment section.
So
Beautiful
I think
servant.
then they've got a brief conversation between those two during the song Plum Pudding. And he's like, Archie goes like, "I wish I had two hearts." And he's like, "I wish you had one brain." I was that friend for so much of my teenage years. I was like, just decide, what's so difficult about life? And
yeah. I really like what you're mentioning. I really like the shake and burger comment he makes after that in the scene. Ye dine shake or burger ke saath, or something like that. Like the whole food thing obsessed about. Yeah.
I think earlier, during when Hemant Rao's film came out, Sanjeet had said that Rukmini Vasant is a star. I'm yet to watch that film, but I'd apply that same comment to Vedang Raina. Man, the guy's got some insane charisma.
Made in Heaven season 2.
Mihir Ahuja is in Made in Heaven. Vedang Raina is not.
Oh, sorry. I
Mihir Ahuja
was wrong. I meant Mihir Ahuja only.
Vedang Vedang Raina is so charismatic, he might actually force the comic book guys to make Regimental that charismatic, because
That
Regimental ain't that
is
charismatic.
not that charismatic. And
Yes,
I
he
like that
isn't.
they gave him more to play with. He's actually the best written character in the film. And
Yes.
he brings a nice sensitivity, and he's got the cool cat vibe of Reggie down pat. And
रणवीर
despite the,
सिंह नो
sir, मेरे
Young
को उतना
नो
नहीं लग रहा है जितना आपको
नहीं
लग रहा
लगा
है.
ओके ओके मुझे
उतना नहीं.
so I'm just saying
Because
okay.
Ranveer Singh's introduction is Bittu Sharma. Bittu Sharma is bread pakodi
Of
ki kasam.
course of course I know
So
but
that charisma is very
This
different.
would be more like
I
Lutera then.
Yes.
that's the vibe actually because
Yes.
of the
Yes.
clean sort of shit and all that
The lovable thief. So,
yes
or the lovable crook, whatever you want to call it. Him.
yeah
And I actually, even though they gave her very, very little to do, I came away from the film completely besotted by daughters. Like, man, she is, first of all, incredible to look at, and
Yeah. Personal
she's the
bias coming
one,
through.
she's
Personal
the
bias
one,
coming through.
sir, अगर आर्यन होता ना इस स्ट्रीम पर तो खुशी कपूर and Suhana Khan would have gotten an Oscar.
I will also I will praise one of them It's, well praise relative to you guys तुम लोगों ने तो कीचड़ डाल दो comparatively करूंगा
I haven't said anything other
Aryan
than
was
bad things.
very sad he couldn't get a picture with Suhana in Bombay, by the way. Which, if you guys
Arjun
know,
right yeah.
which Yash, who's from the Instagram page CKC, got one, and he was very jealous of that. He asked me to take a screenshot and send him.
Good of you to
I was like,
say
"What
it.
are you going
Good
to
of
do
you
with
to
that?"
say CKC.
Wow. So we got this comment. I got a lot of
Thank you, Omkar.
by Omkar
I don't know.
Thank you, Omkar. You
I
are.
don't know whether we should judge it as a school play though. हमने उतने देखे नहीं होंगे शायद जिंदगी में.
नहीं नहीं हमने देखे हैं. It's our school plays were better. But जो भी हो.
So yeah, what I liked about Dot was actually
What
like
were you doing in school
again,
plays? Is my question now.
I used to narrate.
ये तो
I
autobiography
used
पे
to
चले
direct.
जाएगा.
I used to direct.
which school play has direction? I'm sorry, which school did you go
True
to?
artist.
सोचो सोचो.
So
Riverdale नया वर्जन
Riverdale.
जलपाईगुड़ी में.
जलपाईगुड़ी edition.
क्या पता उधर ऐसा सीक्रेट सिटी होगा तू बताता भी नहीं हम लोग को.
हाँ वही तो.
under the Tista.
Under the Tista, yes.
So what I liked about her was, if you again look at Dishum, she's the one who's not conscious of the camera. Everyone else is worried about looking a certain way. She's just going with the actual performativeness of the dance. And I think having an unawareness of the camera, not really being too bothered about is everything perfect, and that's kind of Ethel as well. But she brings this.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Ethel is
basically
annoying
that,
in the
right?
comics, but she makes her sort of lovable. Like, she's
Okay.
also got this. She's actually got an arc. Like, she's besotted with Jughead,
Yes,
but
yes,
she's also like,
yes.
shut your trap when he's like, everything's not about money.
Ah,
and all
it's
that.
the dog
I like
thing.
that. Yeah.
Pats her on the
Again,
head.
the
on the
dog.
head.
Yeah.
Like I'm not. Yeah, there was a queen.
I'm not a
beauty.
dog.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I like those things about her. But yeah, those are my positives. 3 actors out of 7.
3 out of 7, yes.
Three. Oh, wow. Okay. So I wait. I'm getting Kovic to firstly flag those up, and then I'll speak whatever little I have to speak about this. First, I have to flag up two, 3 times as mentioned this. Will flag that up. So ये क्या बोल रहा है? Sorry. जब तक सिनेमा है लोग बनते रहेंगे. How
No,
relevant is this?
it's not relevant for this film. It's not relevant for this
No.
film. It's relevant for Animal. It's not relevant for this film.
That
This
is
film
quite.
this film has no socio-cultural impact of any kind. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
aiming to be that kind of film.
Yeah.
Animal
It's
is
not
going to have
relevant
an
for this
adverse
film.
impact on the
I
environment.
feel
If you
हाँ
ये फिल्म ने लोगों को नहीं नेटफ्लिक्स के एग्जीक्यूटिव्स को चूतिया बनाया था. दैट्स द मेन थिंग.
yes.
क्योंकि ये फ्रेंचाइजी कैसे बेच रहे हैं, that is more surprising honestly.
But
But
how
ठीक है,
can you
whatever.
सर
say it
इसके
as a
बाद चल
franchise? Raina is already
watched
like
it though. I
28.
think I ended this to be based on कि देख लो कि थोड़ी like इस तरह अजीब पिक्चर नहीं देखी है. In the way it's like just never fits together with like whatever it's true. Like I think इतना बड़ा disjunct है between. So okay, अब मैं डायरेक्टली अपने उस पर ही आ जाता हूँ because I guess I'm
And then you put the
on a
comments
slightly
later.
different page to you guys a little, in the sense that I actually don't hit the performances as much as you guys do. Like I didn't mind the
Shahrukh Khan bias.
performances that. हाँ
Yeah, yeah,
हाँ
yeah.
नहीं नहीं NY सुहाना खान पढ़ी थी ना
हाँ हाँ
और
हाँ
भी
हाँ।
बायस डालो ना और क्या ये
और
सिर्फ
कितना
शाहरुख
बायस
खान
डाले,
शाहरुख खान
करण
bias
जौहर का तो फैन हो ही वैसे, और कितना बायस डाले वो
Karan
तो
Johar should have directed this. I
he
Sanjeet.
already
No,
did. It's called कुछ कुछ होता है.
no,
हाँ
he's
तो
out of
बेटर है
touch
ना
at this point. So is Zoya
सर
Akhtar. Like,
अभी तो उसने कोशिश टच में रहने की रॉकी और रानी के उसके साथ एनीवेज ये करण
वो
जौहर
टच
वाले
नहीं,
डिस्कशन
वो
पे
टच नहीं, वो कुछ और ही था. ओवर करेक्शन टू द पावर इंफिनिटी, वो टच नहीं था.
अरे कुछ भी करे आप लोग को वो लगता है तो क्या बोलूं मैं अब एनीवेज
And you
वी आर
complete,
नॉट
Dhruv, you
डिस्कसिंग
complete.
Karan Johar.
You finish, you
Yes,
finish.
anyway, your problems are with Akhtar's brand of which what it's become, I think, is slightly annoying to me. I'm a big fan of Lagbhai, fan of Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara, and I'm the biggest fan of Last Stories Ka Short, which I think is her best. In terms of direction, she uses the camera and whatever
हम्म
visual
हम्म
the story and everything.
Hmm.
And I think there's a nagging feeling of me that there's all of her recent work. It's the feeling that she and the writer, whoever, feel the need to tell the audience that got something at some point like this, and I just find that ridiculously annoying. Like, shut up. I learned myself. If you entertain or whatever, communicate to your drama or whatever is happening in the film. There's this really weird need. Cinema, whatever they are trying to do, and this until me to no end in Archies, because I thought it was just the word mix of social issues with your fluff. I think are two very different things. They can of course work together. I think something like Rocky or Rani to some extent goes to do it much more successfully than this, I think. But I feel in this felt again that sensation of don't want to be taught when I'm in the cinema hall, Netflix or whatever at home. It's like दिखा दो पिक्चर ना क्यों और वो बताने की क्या जरूरत है चीजें करने के लिए लाइक कि ये करना चाहिए ये करना चाहिए I'm like आर्च वो अमर्त्य की लो स्टेक्स है आर्चीज है I'm like आर्चीज ये क्या बना रहे हो सोशल कॉन्शियस नॉनसेंस जो मेरे मुंह पे फेंक रहे हो तो हर दो भी and I'm like the thing is you can mesh these
I like
things
how Dhruv
together.
started this with I liked the film more than you guys.
I like the film.
That's gone.
Of all the people who is the irritated, the guy who liked the film more is the most irritated. I am just telling you at this.
No. I'll come to the positive. This is like a major source of my annoyance of the film. Like it's not centered on performances as much as it's centered on the sort of this let's teach aspect of the whole Archie's like whatever she's made with Archie, whatever. Not she. It's not her alone. Of course, it's the writing of the film is really. I've heard, I'm hearing that my audio is laggy, so I already apologize if it is for the beginning also. And I apologize that I did shout a little bit when I was
No, shouting is
taken.
fine. सबका मैं क्यों करूँ? Shouting आप भी करो, मैं क्यों करूँ
No,
सर्वर?
and you know,
लैगी shouting में problem हो जाएगा ना.
वही.
I think it's particularly annoying when you're talking about environment degradation in your film, and your three actors are so damn wooden they could have been like pieces of
They could
timber
have
that
been
you
the
actually
wood.
chopped off.
They could have been the one to be chopped off. Yes.
I'm just saying, man.
No. See the problem is okay. You guys finish laughing because it's a good joke. But the thing though is कि the point being low stakes is fine, you know. That acting is just so goddamn distracting after a point. It's just
But what acting?
yeah, it's goddamn distracting. I have no idea what they're doing.
This is a table read.
Yeah, it's like Agastyananda came on the stage and he's like line भूल गया line किधर है? That's literally how it's felt like for a minute.
In some
And
cases, he actually reminded me of a very young Abhishek Bachchan, like from way back.
in a good way or a bad way?
No, the thing is that Abhishek could still carry himself a little bit in like films where he was still,
No,
struggling to find his way. This guy
no,
can't.
no. But the good thing about Archies, again, I told you, Zoya Akhtar got the vibes completely. She got the aesthetics
Hmm.
completely. What she
Hmm.
also got is the casting of the adults, because the adults are very well
Yeah.
cast. I will say
Except
Luke
Vinay Patil.
Kenny's.
I
Uh,
would say even to some
I did,
extent, Satyajit Sharma sits a little weird
yeah,
in
yeah,
me.
yeah. And also, I think Vinay Patak I did not hate as much as you guys. I will say
The
that
thing is,
Hate, you
his
can't
even
ever
his
hate Vinay
accent
Patil.
is not consistent. From the first
Hmm.
yes,
scene,
yes, yes,
he
that is
has a
true.
little some Parsi-ish,
It's almost Bharti. He's about to say decrying
accent, and
moment.
then it goes away later on. Like nobody even
हाँ,
Yeah,
addresses
yeah,
it. So what?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
हम तुमको बताएगा.
हम तुमको बताएगा.
I was
Yes.
like बंशा कहाँ से आ गया यहाँ पर?
I'm sorry, guys. I was trying to figure out how to fix my internet, so I can't find any way in which if I leave, I think the whole stream will
I'll
shut. So
I'll start
you have
reading out the
to bear.
comments. I'll start because we've got
Yeah,
a bunch of them. Till
Yeah,
then, Dhruv
okay.
can figure out his internet. Okay.
I mean I
So
can't,
Omkar
but
Kulkarni.
but okay.
Hmm.
I mean, I'll just read them out, but whatever.
Sure.
Omkar says,
Yeah.
"Tiger baby hug diya." Okay. So,
Very
I mean, he's
innocent.
not wrong.
I mean, it's okay. You can have a few misfires. Everyone has one. ठीक है.
हाँ,
Riverdale
but
is
ये
dog
ज़्यादा हो
shit.
रहा है.
I've actually seen one season of Riverdale, and
Hmm.
somebody recommended saying it's apparently very good, but it was so bad that I couldn't go into the
It's
second season.
Twin Peaks. It's Twin Peaks by way of Archie comics.
Huh,
So
but it
uh,
thinks it is good. Na?
it,
That's the worst
it
thing.
that's the worst
Like
part. That
Archies.
yeah. It also has
Then
musical numbers, which, mind you, is worse than the actual Archie's ka version in Zoya Akhtar's. So
Okay.
I'm telling you,
Guys, can you hear me? Or not?
हाँ.
yeah,
My audio?
yes,
How
yes,
is my
yes, you are
audio? My
audible.
audio, guys. No. How is
still
my
let
audio, guys? Is it
It's
still?
still
echo.
repeating.
Yeah.
It's still repeating.
Boss, this is
Go to
a
settings and
scam, man.
check off the echo thing. Till then, I'll continue. Ahindrala says
Okay.
that sentence smells of privilege a little bit, but I think the context is a little far back. तो अभी तो पता नहीं क्या था वो.
No, no,
Omkar says the
I got
first
the context. I got the context. It's fine.
वो तेरे लिए ही होगा वो तेरा कोई कॉमिक का सारा.
Of course, वो मेरे लिए था.
Omkar says the first look was bad. I think the first look looked much more like an advertisement and everything because the color and all looked like that.
Yeah. And not just
Nepotism
that, I think
launch.
the first look was not about the acting, so there's precious little you can judge from it. There's
Hmm.
literally nothing you can tell. Can these people
I
act?
mean
Can
that
they
was
not?
just pure vibes, na very
It was just
very music
starring so and
video-ish
starring.
kind
हाँ,
of
yeah.
look.
बच्चा
So
पार्टी
yeah,
पिकनिक कर रहे हैं.
more like chiller party picnic कर रहे, but yeah.
Chiller party. Chiller party.
Omkar says
हमसे ज्यादा
parallel
चिल्लर है
dimension.
उनके पास.
Omkar says parallel dimension की AI भी लग रहे हो तुम सब. Thank you.
Thank you.
But
Thank you.
ठीक है मैं आगे नहीं
I'm
बोलता.
wondering who
Then he says
Sanjeev
just
gets to
kidding
be then.
with a wink. Huh?
क्या
But
क्या
I
क्या?
get to be what?
Sanjeev gets to be. Who do you get to be if you're a parallel dimension AIB right now? Who are you
I
and who's
don't know.
Amartya? More importantly, because Dhruv very clearly looks like Ashish Shakya.
I thought I looked
have-
like him.
हाँ, actually
Ashish
वो भी हो सकता है. Ashish Shakya,
Yeah.
the comic.
Who's that?
AIB, you don't know. Where have you
No,
been?
Congrats.
मतलब थोड़े लोग
okay,
जानता था मैं but मुझे anyway it doesn't know.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
Then Sanket says हिंदुस्तान में जब तक सिनेमा है तब तक लोग चूतिया बनते रहेंगे. How true is that for the film which we've already addressed? वरुण की
Very
आवाज
well, I
बहुत
might
धीमी
add.
है. हो गया. Indra says which we've already addressed. ओमकार का comment. Then Omkar says मैं तो tree था. So I think he's referring to the school play.
School
The
play.
school play, yes.
Yeah.
I will start showing them. Sorry, Sanjit. Now
Oh,
that
okay,
I can't
okay.
fix my internet.
Oh, Indra says he was the judge, of course. That's for you, Amartya.
Amartya, yes.
Judge, jury, executioner, and participant.
Yes.
Yes, and participate.
वो
Yes, yes,
उन्हीं
yes.
तो सोलो प्लेज होते हैं ना जिसमें सब अकेले ही सारा कुछ करना होता
सब अकेले ही करते हैं. हाँ हाँ.
Amartya was basically Emma Stone from La La Land.
अरे क्यों
Why
बोल
are
रहा
you
हूँ? और जल
referencing
जगह
that movie? Why are you referencing that movie?
भाई तू क्यों क्यों आग में डाल रहा है पेट्रोल, छोड़ दे उसको. Anyways, quickly comments. Sanket also sort of said ki he got reminded story after watching this, which is interesting. Actually, I never thought of that.
Unpopular
Which
opinion: the Spielberg West Side
you
Story is not that great.
yeah,
उसमें भी timber है.
ये
उसमें भी Jesus
And
goddamn
L-word
Christ.
alert.
Jesus goddamn
That
Christ.
dude can't act, come on.
you confirmed today, Varun. I think I brought in the fire which I asked you to bring to be also.
अभी तक फरहान अख्तर के
Anyways,
पहुंचे नहीं है, रुक जाओ.
that's
हाँ
true.
अभी तक तो डायलॉग्स में नहीं पहुंचे. या
Sorry, yes. My internet's been a more. Anyways, like the other comment actually, which is interesting from an Archies reader, which is why Jughead was reduced to a random character.
Okay, so
Because
I
he's not
agree.
played by a star kid.
Yes, exactly. So I agree because Jughead I think is the most interesting
everyone was
character.
reduced to a random character only at the end of the day.
Yeah.
One problem is like the conflict is shown in one scene and 3 scenes later it's done. Like not even 3 scenes.
Sometimes
Like,
there's no
every alternate
resolution.
scene you're done.
Yeah.
Like,
And
it's always,
Jughead being a random character is because I genuinely think that out of the comics, I think Jughead is one of the more relatable and one of the more interesting characters. To be very honest, he's just not reduced to a guy who likes to eat and as a dog. That's not his identity.
Very one
He
dimensional.
has got he has got lots of shades. But if you give enough of that focus to Mihir Ahuja, then how are you going to focus on the love triangle? Because apparently that's the only thing people remember from Archie comics, don't you know? Archie, Betty, Veronica. That's the only thing. Because Karan Johar has also made that thing. Because everybody else also takes that goddamn thing only.
I think
And then you
also the fact that he is not just more interesting, he
No, but
also has these
this guy's
more
timing
things
was
to do.
very nice, huh?
Yeah. It was.
Yeah, he was damn good. I think the wisecracks land so well with him. But
Mhm.
also, what the thing is that I think what Sanjeet said, right? The resolution is so quick that there's actually no time left for character establishment. But it's still
Yeah.
a 1 hour. It's still a 145-minute film.
And
You're
also,
like, why is it so long? It's
no,
fucking-
because I remember you telling me, Varun, that from a screenplay structure, the structure is more or less intact, right? It's like first act, maintain the interpersonal relationships.
Correct.
Second act, introduce the main conflict. Third act, resolve the conflict.
I
That's
really
more or
didn't
less
feel
how.
that division though at all. I didn't even understand when the first act ended, when the second act ended. Like it just kept moving. Except I could feel the third act was approaching because whatever.
Because of course, because they
Okay,
are also telling us that it is approaching.
I'm going through other comments, guys. I know my voice is echoing, so I say stuff. Unfortunately, I had a lot of notes made. I will post. Anyways, wait. So this is, I suppose, a challenge
Swap news.
thrown down. I don't like
No,
Gully
I'm not going to. No, I'm
I
not
don't
going.
like
No,
Gully Boy
I'm
at
not
all.
going to. No, I'm not going to change his mind because changing his mind means I will have to spend an hour like a seminar to talk to Azad, and I'm not going to do that. So you keep your opinion. Thank you.
Personally,
think-
I think I've liked most of her work, except I think the
Yes.
ghost story is short.
Oh,
Um,
Story short. That
Oh,
took
that
kisi
shot
that
was
was a
bad.
but I think she got the atmospherics right in that film
Huh.
as well.
Mhm.
Except maybe the resolution and the writing was a little off. But apart from that, I've genuinely enjoyed all of her films. Even I think Dil
Yes.
Dhadakne Do became like a better watch for me on like the third rewatch, I think. So I think that way for me, most of it
Bhai,
holds.
Pluto killed that
Just
movie,
Bhai,
huh?
the fact that you saw it 3 times is enough. Huh?
I mean, over 10 years, you can watch the film 3 times at separate occasions. Yeah, I have time for that.
That is true, but फिर भी Pluto kills
फिर भी
that
जो भी
movie, I
हो,
think.
फिर भी जो भी हो.
Not just Pluto,
except
that
the
entire
third-
Priyadarshan last act. I mean, God.
That is also true. Yes, that's horrible. It's horrible.
Dedanam
Anyways, I
देखा
sorry,
था क्या मैं?
Omkar. You have to bear with me. I have tried my best to बाहर निकलने की कोशिश की है
We'll
मैंने.
fix it by next Monday for sure.
या वरना मैं नहीं
He's
आऊंगा.
trying to-
मैं moderate
he-
करूंगा comment.
अरे
he's
भाई.
trying to fix he's trying to fix what Netflix did for us basically. He's trying to double
तोड़
the
दिया है
amount so
ना.
that we can
हाँ,
yeah
हाँ,
basically.
हाँ.
मेरा अच्छा
अंडरलाइन
joke
कर
रह गया
रही है मैं सोशल मैसेज को, सो मीडिया
Yes,
अंडरलाइन
yes,
कर
yes,
रही
yes.
है सब
Yes,
सब
yes.
कुछ.
I'm just going to repeat my joke because why the fuck not? Dil Dhadakne to practically turns into De Dana Dan in the last 10-20 minutes.
Yes, it does.
does.
Yes, it
Fuck
does.
it.
No, that's
It
that's
does.
Befikre. Befikre turns into De Danadan.
I have not watched Befikre
बट
sir. मैं
बेफिक्रे
कुत्तों
तो
के खिलाड़ी
वैसी
में
है
नहीं गया हूँ.
ऐसे है ना, चलती रहे तो कुछ भी चलता है उसमें, like that vibe no of that
You
movie.
mean like the
Nee,
Archies?
but the ending is full Priyadarshan.
हाँ, it is, but
No,
like
better than
दिल
Archies,
धड़कने
please.
दो अपने दो, हाँ, दिल धड़कने दो
Befikre is
में, but
better than
it's
Archies.
Befikre is better than
it is
Archies.
it is I also agree.
I have not watched it,
Anyways,
so I really
Yes.
can't
I
I
have
comment.
lot
know.
of
Yes.
Rocky or Rani hate. Oh, why? But okay.
It's
Uh,
probably Dhruv hate.
uh, I agree, Omkar. I agree, Swapnil. Sorry, I do like Kank more than Ram.
Kank is
Uh,
it's a miserably made film. I mean,
Yeah, but it's
I'm
also
a
product
fan.
of 2005 में यार.
हाँ, but वो
हम्म,
humor
I'm a
इतना
fan, no?
अजीब
No?
लगता है ना. It's just
Oh,
I really like.
humor is amazing. इनकी मत सुनो, वरुण और आर्या are useless in terms of Karan Johar fandom. इतनी
I am
गालियां
not
दिया
even
मुझे
saying-
That's
मुझे
giving
I
you
am
a
not
label
saying
anyway.
anything.
Don't worry.
I'm not saying anything here.
don't get me started on double से triple से चार गुना आएगी आवाज.
Yes, yes.
एक
no. I
second.
actually
Okay.
wanted to get into a particular quibble I had with the film, which Sanjeet in passing already addressed.
Yes.
I want to go back to that. It's about how you use your setting and how you use history. And like Sanjeet said, you're saying so much independence, mulk chal raha hai tumhara. Anubhav Sinha hi picture bana diya at the end of the day. But it's kind of weird that, you know, in the classroom before everything is first of all, you say everything is politics, and then your film is so bereft of actual politics.
It's the
just
most
social
milquetoast
activism.
politics ever. It's just
not even milk
milquetoast
toast.
politics.
It's not even milk toast. It's not
मतलब
even.
क्या हो
I'm
रहा है?
saying
मतलब
you're
कुछ भी हो रहा है.
posturing, and that makes
I think
you.
Ahindra is correct. Sorry, Ahindra. We are back. We are back to air politics. Everything is Archies.
We are back to a politics.
Yes.
Everything is politics. Everything is Archies. Let's go.
So it just felt like, okay, you're singing this song for the fuck of singing this song. But in that song, if you look at the blackboard, because Zoya loves to go into the details, right?
Oh,
blackboard
yes,
पे
yes.
डेट लिखी है जुलाई 1964. अब भारतीय इतिहास में जून 1964 के एंड में एक काफी जून नहीं एक्चुअली मई 1964 के एंड में बड़ा हादसा हुआ था देश में. जवाहरलाल नेहरू की मृत्यु, वो ये फिल्म एड्रेस नहीं करती है. देश का पहला प्राइम मिनिस्टर मर गया और इनमें से किसी को फर्क नहीं पड़ता. His
Anglo
references
Indians
are
है ना सर? Anglo Indians है ना?
the references are Godad, but there's one Shami Kapoor, but there's no Kashmir Ki Kali, there's no Hakikat, there's no Gurudat, there's nothing.
They
There's
got
no Sangam.
Godard. They got Godard. Hold
Sangam
on.
is a
They
love
got
triangle.
Godard.
Sangam
They
is a
got
love
Godard.
triangle.
They got Godard. They did not get an Indian filmmaker. Are you effing kidding me with this?
Huh, but that's her influencer. Her influences we were discussing Varun.
But if you're saying my film is set in this hill town in the 60s, yeah, Godard would have probably come to Bombay or Delhi like super late in the 60s, 8-9 months after release. How the
But
hell are
I
these
don't
people
know.
in the back of beyond watching his films? Like,
Sir,
come on,
sir, Varun, a lot of new fans on today. You basically blasted everyone. Indra is very impressed.
Varun bhai
Swapnil
OP.
is very impressed.
Varun bhai OP.
uh,
Varun bhai OP.
it's just like, why is everything so surface level? Why does everything have to be, oh, I want to make a statement but I want to be sanitized about it? Then fuck off.
Yeah, Varun, you have hit the nail there. It's my big issue. I think with Archies.
And it's like,
Sorry
and it's
if
like
you've
you
heard,
know, and it's like, you
double
know, you're
story.
talking about the details of the blackboard and everything. If you're going to do this much detailing,
Yeah,
थोड़ा और ज्यादा जाने में क्या प्रॉब्लम है? That's
नहीं,
the issue
गाना
here.
आना जरूरी है ना. Everything.
अरे तो गाने में एवरीथिंग इज पॉलिटिक्स डाल रहे हो, फिर एक्चुअल पॉलिटिक्स है कि गार्डन ग्रीन पार्क और गार्डन को फिक्स करो. ये पॉलिटिक्स है.
everything
I
is
mean,
politics.
है ना.
गाने के just पहले, like Veronica is slightly annoyed that somebody might be targeting her father, but फिर वो भी नाचने लग जाती है.
वो यार अजीब ही
नाचने में क्या
5 मिनट में वरुण बैट निकाल के अपनी स्क्रीन तोड़ेगा बस. That is all that is left.
बहुत टेस्ट स्क्रीन पे सर डॉट को नहीं मारता.
डॉट को नहीं मारेंगे.
डॉट को नहीं मारेंगे. बायस देखो बंदे का.
मिहिर आहूजा को भी नहीं मारेंगे सर. वो तो
हाँ
कोई
वही
हाँ
वही
और
नहीं
वही
रजी
लगा
को
you
भी
know the
सभी
one
अच्छे
thing
थे
I
ना
liked, you know the one thing I liked is in the end they actually, the women actually, they chose their friendship over the two timing Archie Andrews, which I
yeah.
actually genuinely liked.
I like
That is
that.
the
यार
one.
उतना तो
Yeah.
हाँ हाँ उतना तो प्रोग्रेस ना वरना पॉलिटिक्स कैसे सही होंगी
अरे जो भी हो पॉलिटिक्स सही हो गलत हो जो भी हो एटलीस्ट दैट वाज गुड
Hmm.
दैट्स व्हाट आई एम सेइंग
Though
बिट्स एंड
I
I
पीसेस में
actually
कुछ कुछ
wanted
अच्छा है
more of their relation. I actually thought they had
एग्जैक्टली
decent chemistry in some like both girls had decent like the lead.
no, that first
अरे
scene just told me enough. I needed to
Later,
know. I was like,
later,
okay,
sir,
please
later. You didn't like the scene with Jughead where they hands up and they're
okay.
torturing him with food.
I have a point about
I
that
thought
scene.
that
When I
was
saw the handcuffs, I was like, which movie is this? What am I watching?
नो नो
that
यू
No, what
मैसेज
am
मी
I?
यू मैसेज मी अमर्त्य सर आप तो वार्न कर सकते थे बीडीएसएम कहाँ से आ गया इस मूवी में
that type of humor I only in this.
Also, Archie is talking about polygamy. I was like, dude, this year I've had one like 18-year-old come up and say to me, "Oh, you don't believe in polyamory?" I was like, first spell polyamory, then we'll talk.
फर्स्ट बॉय
All right, what nonsense. And अभी picture में it's teenagers झाड़ रहे हैं. अरे
और हेयर का
polygamy.
कलर
अरे यार.
और हेयर का कलर चेंज करना पॉलीएमरी कर रहा है पॉलीगैमी कर रहा है हेयर का कलर चेंज करना देख के लग रहा है कैरेट टॉप को काला बना दिया अजीब है कुछ भी हो रहा है मूवी में
संजीत
Carrot
अपन
Top
दोनों
stuck
निकलते हैं
his
क्या?
head. Carrot Top
या
stuck his head into his Jalopy's bonnet
you
and got
display more
grease
comments
on
more
his head.
really quickly.
Yes. Yes. So, guys, you can keep on going. I'd just like to say I did like Suhana Khan. So whatever
नो नो आई
मेरा
विल गेट टू
praise
सुहाना खान
में है.
Suhana Khan, no, Suhana Khan was good in the emotional moment when she was confronting her father. That was the one scene I felt that she was actually good in. Thoda.
I liked Ali Khan
Yeah,
saying,
but
"Get
one
better
second,
friends, not new friends."
those intense scenes are always the easiest to perform in
Easiest to
general for
perform.
actors.
Yeah.
अरे
You
ठीक है
the,
ना
but she
काम
was
पे
the
तो आ गया
normal ones which you really need to do well, yaar. You need to.
No,
वही तो
I
main
honestly
challenge है.
thought I honestly thought she played her part very much in the exaggerated whatever way she had to out. Like I did feel the
No, this is also the same thing we discussed. You remember Gehrai and Ananya Pandey playing herself in a way.
Ah.
It's
हो
the
सकता
same
है
thing then.
हो सकता है
Then
Except in her emotional scenes were worse. I was like, oh, you can get worse. She was terrible in that film. My God.
Listen, I
okay,
like that film, but I agree with you.
I'm gonna
wanted
read
to
more
be.
comments. Huh?
I wanted
I'm
to
gonna read.
done Chaturvedi in that movie. I wanted to die.
What is this
What is this
apolitical conversation? अरे the
conversation?
movie is apolitical. हम क्या करें?
touches
Okay,
a
so
baby. What does this comment mean, guys? I'm a bit confused.
Nobody touch.
what is this?
What is this reference?
Okay then.
What is this
I'm sure.
reference?
Like the nepotism thing. Nobody
Yes,
nobody
yes,
touch-
yes,
Oh, the
yes,
Shah Rukh Khan son.
Yes,
son.
yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes. SRK का बच्चा है ना. Nobody touches our baby. Yes.
Okay,
अच्छी लगी
बेटे
मुझे तो
बेटे को लगाने से पहले
क्या
बात से
बोल
बात
I
कर
think there are
बेटे
a
को
lot of
लगाने से
bad
पहले
rated
आवाज
comments
में
that I
शाश्वत.
should read.
डंकी आने दो. We will deal
Okay.
with it.
सर लाला लैंड के बारे में भी बात हो चुकी है किसके बारे में
No,
बात
wait.
हुई है Lynch, you know the weird thing is I actually thought this is one or two like अगर एक को आप extend कर दो silence a lot of silence and have a couple of people talk a very weird way ये Lynch picture Twin Peaks की आज याद दिला रही थी वो जो sequence I'm like
कहाँ लेके जा रहे हो
इसको बनाओ ना
Listen to me.
ना
Listen. Hold on. अगर वो लॉजिक है तो कैमरा मूवमेंट चेंज करके डायनामिक करके सैम इस्माइल के टाइप मूवमेंट करके इसको टेरेंस मैलिक मूवी भी बना सकते हैं वी कैन डू एनीथिंग वी वांट ठीक है
नहीं
कुछ
ये
चेंज
वो
नहीं
ज्यादा
होगा
हो जाएगा सर वो टेरेंस
कुछ
मालिक वाला
चेंज नहीं
ज्यादा
होगा कुछ चेंज नहीं होगा
ये नहीं the Lynch वाला thing I genuinely felt that's why I'm saying but anyways
How
Malik
can
को
you
मत
think-
जब इसमें सर
how can you think that this is Riverdale is more Lynch than this that's a problem with Riverdale
it's the awkwardness of the dialogue here which sort of makes me think just do awkward dialogue like he
अरे
does have
वो
very weird
डायलॉग्स को अगर रिवर्स कर देते ना और वो माउथ चला दे तो वो
Okay.
लिंच बन जाता आराम से
हाँ exactly
Or like Joe Wright doing Anna Karenina. You turn it into an
yes
obvious performance.
exactly or do a Jim Jarmusch movie
हाँ वो भी
हाँ.
कर सकते हो
हाँ वो अच्छा रहता
हाँ,
Okay,
do a
Sanjeet Varun Amartya, which one is better student of the year films or the Archies?
I've not seen
the-
Student of the Year 2.
Sanket has asked this question.
who asked
Sanket.
It's like
Oh, okay.
asking me to drink sewer water, choose between drinking sewer water or jumping into the sewer.
सुन the films Archies better होगी film student of the year.
Student
No,
of the
I
Year
like.
part 1 was actually whatever I remember was decent, but part 2 to was
No, I
I think
don't even
student of the year simply because Alia Bhatt, Siddharth Malhotra and Varun Dhawan are far more charismatic than the three leads here.
Hmm.
वो डायरेक्टर भी तो अच्छा था ना, वो बात अलग है ना, पर ठीक है आगे चलते हैं. Uh,
Sure.
I'm not choosing between the two. I couldn't care less. I
Swapnil
don't
is saying
watch
someone who should be wearing headphones isn't wearing it. I think it's Amartya you.
Yeah. Who
And
is saying
he's also
this?
saying Azad.
Okay.
So Amartya is equal to Ashish. So you're Ashish.
Oh, okay.
अमर्त्य
Okay, cool.
हिंदी में रिव्यू दो प्लीज एक बार संकेत सिंह.
Nope, not going to. Nahi.
Andrila.
Okay, that's your Hindi.
सही वाहियात
Varun
फिल्म है.
cracks fantastic jokes here. Kudos.
Who is this?
Andrila.
नहीं
Azad.
Varun is probably like the biggest like जितने भी लोग आज fan बन गए हैं sir.
आज fan बन गए, your follower count will increase immediately.
We'll
I
see.
hate
Azad says, I mean, La La Land is Hollywood वालों का Archies. So
Not really. No, the craft is on a totally different level.
Yeah, come on,
You
La
can't
La Land.
compare.
I don't like it, but fine. It's not bad.
Wait, you don't like it? Since when?
People don't like it. Like people
don't
like you like it.
okay. Omkar says hot take. Josh TP था definitely far more entertaining. What is Josh? जोश तो नहीं है क्या ये?
जोश.
तो जोश का टाइम पास. जोश as in the शाहरुख खान film.
Saila.
Okay. that was like वही West Side Story only ना. ठीक है. संकेत ध्रुव सर एक shout out. अरे please follow Cinephile संकेत, great guy, अच्छे movies recommend करता है उसके channel पे भी also appear. सानिका says वरुण mic में बात करो. वरुण talk in mic only अभी ठीक है.
आप वैसे भी आदेश देती हैं यहाँ पे तो रुक जाइए. No, but I've got a thing with this West Side Story comparison, which is it doesn't sit well for the simple reason. Over there, if you look at the musical numbers, especially, right, the actors look like they're trying to sing and dance at the same time. Here,
Yes.
पहले वो lip sync के
वो जो मैंने बताया Tiger Shroff वाला comparison. You're dancing, singing as a separate thing. Your acting is a separate thing, and both are just not
every element
part of
is
the
separate.
characters.
Correct.
It's
But
your
I think
persona.
it stands out here. But I think it stands out here more because even the musicals are staged like Hollywood musicals.
Exactly. If it was like
That's why it stands out.
Staging के बाद भी, if you look at it, and this is just my take on it, I don't think so. The camera work is very, lush and all that for a musical, because it is always
Like
cutting
it is
away.
a little bit. Yes.
it's not.
It's still moving quite dynamically, especially in that.
No.
वो क्या
But
था?
I
वो
think
क्या था? वो
that-
Carousel का sequence पे. Carousel का जो song था, Wawa Boom जो song था. I think that
I
Wow,
didn't
wow.
like that much, honestly. That's what I'm saying. The only song which I liked was Dishum Dishum, because उसके shots were वो images रहेगी दिमाग में, because
I think वो
बाकी
length की
तो
भी बात है ना. Shot length कितना है आपका?
no short length
what
तो
you're saying.
No,
separate.
they don't doesn't cut it as much as just the way ADS
Also, I
does
think-
it
also
now.
I
They don't. What I'm saying is, जैसे if you look at again, this is me. If you look at other Zoya Akhtar movies, I remember loads of shots in her films. ठीक है, वो shots दिमाग में रह जाते हैं.
here is just TikTok.
But-
Yeah, exactly. Completely
pretty
true.
much,
But
yeah.
यहाँ
completely
पे वो shots उतने दिमाग में नहीं रहते for some reason. That's what my point was. But
Right.
this could be down to, I feel, the writing also, because a lot of writing also
The
translates
writing
to
is
screen. So this is my take.
dialogues by the way.
I have noted some dialogues actually. आप double सुनोगे या फिर आप सिल में आपको
अब याद
Go
रखो
go for it.
रिवर्ड लंदन में नहीं.
अरे go for it.
London.
Double तो वैसे ही सुनना पड़ रहा है. कोई क्या है?
हाँ, so to make art to go in, son, not out, which is a very key
Suhas
piece of
Ahuja
dialogue.
saves that
they
line
used.
from being shit.
Really? Okay.
I thought
okay,
so.
Fine.
I thought so.
Okay, fine.
Also, Varun's
there's-
Varun's complaint of casting Bhags Bhargav in as Weatherby.
Oh yes.
Completely second statement.
How do you
Please, for
not-
the love
how
of
do
God,
you
how
not
do you miss that up?
Bugs Bhargava as Weatherby, like the English teacher from
ये
Tare Zameen Par was born to play
इसका
Weatherby. Come on.
context दो थोड़ा.
The
English
butler,
teacher
यार.
in Tare Zameen Par. No, Weatherby. is
Tare
the
Zameen
principal.
Par, the guy who played the English teacher, you cast him as
Oh,
Weatherby.
right.
As
Okay, okay.
principal.
Yeah.
As
Yes,
the principal.
yes.
And it was
प्रिंसिपल वो जो वहाँ पे सेकंड के लिए ऑडिटोरियम में आता है.
हाँ.
हाँ.
जो ड्राइंग
reduced
बनाते
to
हैं अपनी
nothing.
अजीब सा डूडल बनाते हैं अपने चेहरे.
He's doing
Like
the
he's
whole
scribbling mostly.
Rani ka bad like the whole when Bomani Rani is super funny as the principal.
Yes.
इसमें कुछ नहीं है.
Yep.
Okay.
Or then you take Baman Irani actually if
Yeah,
Bugs
take-
Bhargav is busy.
Yeah.
Is Wagsburger busy?
He's directing something. I think he's directing a feature.
Ah, okay.
Interesting.
Interesting.
I'm moving on to the next
Any
comment.
other thoughts? Yes.
Writing के
I'm
बारे में
spooked.
Gursimran Sidhu. He says, he asks, is it the weakest movie in Zoya's filmography? In short, yes.
100%.
100%. Yeah.
Omkar agrees to him, saying easily.
You guys, but what about
Omkar
Made in
says-
Heaven season 3? Season 3.
Season
2,
Season
sorry.
2,
See,
season 2,
every
season 2.
director
3
must
नहीं है. 3 नहीं
हाँ,
आया
हाँ,
है.
sorry, यार, season
every director must take responsibility for that. Sure, she's the showrunner alongside Rima Kakti, but I don't.
Huh.
I think
No.
each director also does their own episode over there. So.
Yeah,
As a
yeah, yeah.
feature
But
film, this is the
that's a
worst.
separate thing only. I think TV
हाँ,
directing
no, but
and even
you
show
can't-
directing
No,
is
no, but
separate.
TV direction is also very different, right? Because TV is a showrunner's medium, na? So director
Yeah.
is basically just Katputli
Huh.
of the showrunner in a way. So
Correct,
it's
correct.
like,
And I think if the episode is directed well, it stands out more. If it is
Yeah.
not, then it doesn't. So it's okay. Like
Then it
it
doesn't-
equalizes
yeah,
like
you-
everything
You
else.
can get, except for that, apparently that episode in which somebody marries themselves.
oh yeah.
I don't remember that episode.
Yeah, I
I don't
think
want
that
to
was the
remember it
second
solely.
last
Why are you
episode or the
bringing that
last
up?
episode.
Huh, it's a bad-
I have Swapnil is making a derogatory comment towards Barbie, which I don't, because I think Barbie, as I said to Avarti, has one in comparison to Archies.
There's nothing in the
I don't-
choreography a 13-year-old can't do, nothing in the filmmaking they can't emulate with their mobile phone cameras and tripods. I mean, I agree. I
But
don't
should that be
remember
the
Barbie made.
should that be the yardstick by which we compare? Just because
The
I mean,
Barbie
they-
comparison isn't not. I can get why people would compare it. I just in that the messaging is baked in much better than
I don't
baked in here.
understand why people are, to be very honest, why are people comparing this with Barbie? Because it is a IP thingy.
IP thing.
Is that why? Is that
Sort
why
of
it is?
IP, no, bubbly. It's supposed to be that, you know,
No, the look
overproduced.
is also a little more with that artifice.
The bright is too much. It's almost artificial.
But it's not.
levels
But it's
of
not
bright.
entirely artificial, right? It's like it
It's
again.
not.
This is the problem with
I mean,
the
इसमें
movie.
तो
right?
yeah.
That's the problem with the movie. If it was entirely artificial suspension of disbelief, तो भी ले सकते थे. It's not.
Correct.
It's also trying to show no, this is India, and I'm like, ये कौन सा India है? So
That's
it's like
the more disturbing part
Yeah.
actually, which
Yeah,
really
yeah.
ये
puts
है
you off.
मेरा
But
क्या
yeah.
है वो? Yeah. Incredible India.
incredible
Also, no,
India. Yeah.
I thought that part of it, right? The using Anglo Indians as a prop is no worse than using Muslim characters as a prop in a film. It
Are you
Yeah.
works
pointing
to the
towards
same
anime?
effect. No,
We weren't, but thanks for bringing it up.
But
यार, मैंने
I
देखी नहीं
feel
अभी
like a community
मत
or
देखो,
a
अच्छा है
people
तो।
cannot be a prop in a film. You can't. If you're saying 64, this, that, again, we go back to the same point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which town in
Completely.
India, and I'm not saying this because I live in a town where the population is roughly 50-50 almost, but which town in India are you going to find that is almost entirely populated by one and only one community?
But वो तो I think is the conceit they are playing at from the beginning. No,
But
no.
वही ना,
settler-
वही तो मैं कह रहा हूँ ना. At what cost are you getting the aesthetics and the vibe right? You're at the cost of completely changing your history and your dynamics of the country.
So either you do that, but then not harp on about your like the politicking and whatever
Yeah, exactly.
to go everything, or you like you sit totally in that surreal or whatever.
Or if you really want to do the Barbie comparison, just shuttle it off to another land. Just call it Archie land for all the fuck I care. Just call it Archie land and just put it there. You're done.
Yeah.
वो उतना कन्विक्शन भी होना चाहिए ना यार. वो
exactly,
फिल्म मेकर का
filmmaking.
अगर कन्विक्शन नहीं है तो then you can't do
नहीं
it also. That Greta
So, I
Gerwig and
think-
Noah Baumbach were very clear about what they were making, because both had, because I think
Conviction.
Baumbach also comes with that, you know, that eccentric filmmaking style which he can kind of translate into that kind of writing. So that
Yeah.
it works there, but here it's a different ball game altogether. Na? Because Zoya Akhtar comes with a different sensibility, although she's very learned in cinema and all that. But if you don't have that kind of belief what you're doing, then it won't work at all. But
No,
that's a
and
separate thing.
that's
Like,
clear.
I mean, because I think the writing में ही problem सबसे बड़ी है, तो वो writing से ही issue है. अगर वो writing सही होती तो film किसी भी वे में गलत जाती, we would have always pointed कि भाई चलो writing अच्छी थी. वो writing ही नहीं बनी ना, तो that's a separate that's a big problem. I mean, not separate problem, that's a big problem in the whole process.
That's one of the major problems. There are two major problems.
Because अगर
One is the
writing अच्छी
casting
होती
and
ना,
the-
तो you would have seen the scenes also play out. Because if you watch your
Exactly.
earlier films also, there are scenes that play out because यहाँ पे scene चालू होते ही conflict की मतलब
खत्म हो
उस
जाता
5
है
सेकंड हुए नहीं conflict चालू हो गया यार थोड़ा थोड़ा सीन चलने दो कैरेक्टर कुछ कर
चलने
रहा है
दो
कुछ एग्जिस्ट तो करे
नहीं
यहाँ
but
पे
you're
just
I
right
think they
right
use one
हाँ,
tool for
Yes.
displaying the land which is when the characters are cycling through the city
Yes.
which is kind of an indicator कि हम इस world में हैं but
Hmm.
somehow
Hmm.
that isn't translating because वो earned नहीं है वो cycling part
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
it,
yeah.
need, it needs to be earned to be there that's my point
Hmm.
but
Mhm.
Hasraf, continue whatever you were saying.
No, I think what you were saying makes. I mean, I too was noting how a lot of the even when long sequences start or end, there's this awkwardness the film never like gets over.
Yeah.
Switches from the restaurant scene is like the biggest example for me, right? Where it's like they're talking and then the second he needs to like basically it switches from to another.
yeah.
And it took
Mm-hmm.
me about 1 minute of the song to get over the that's shifted this abruptly from this to the other mode. So like
At least
it's
in
like
older,
really big,
at
like
least in
the
older
gap
movies,
between them.
at least in older movies, you can just cut away to another scene, and the viewer would immediately understand. Okay, song over,
Yeah,
next scene.
yeah.
Here तो वो नहीं है, यहाँ पर तो वो नहीं है.
Also one
Sloppy.
more thing यहाँ
Yeah.
पे like the whole point is about the chemistry between the friends amongst the friends there's no scene
Very,
until
very.
they go for a trip there's no
Funnily
Yeah,
enough,
scene
very,
with
no,
all
not
of them
just that.
together
The best chemistry exists between the characters who are not supposed to be lovers, between Ethel and Jughead. That
Yes.
awkwardness of that interaction. Or actually, I
Mm.
think the three actors who do well between themselves, whatever scenes they have, between Raina
Correct.
and Ahuja, whatever
Correct.
scenes there are, between
yeah.
Ahuja and
Or
Dot,
between
whatever scenes
Ahuja
there
and
are.
or between Raina and the other guy, or between Raina and the guy who's playing
Yuvraj
Dilip.
Mehta.
I'm so
Yuvraj
sorry.
Mehta.
I'm so sorry.
Yuvraj
Yeah,
Mehta.
what? Yeah.
Yeah.
He's also quite good
They
in the.
I mean,
where
I think he's
they
decent, but he doesn't
insert
have
that
anything to
arc,
do.
Yeah, he doesn't have anything.
insert arc in the middle of the trip.
Yeah.
ये
Yeah,
डाल
yeah.
देते
Yeah.
हैं.
Yeah.
I mean, that's also very, trip kind of trope. कि trip पे जा रहे, so you need to kind of, let loose and become a little vulnerable.
That's the
and
other thing I wanted to ask Varun about this because I know he don't want to like especially it's because it's badly edited because I know some of the issues this has also were there in other and they share the same edit I think.
Editor. They do. Nitin Bell.
So I think this strange feeling of like time you'd never a sense of even the time being in a place or something. So even
Mm-hmm.
Cut to pieces.
this trip you're out, it
Yeah.
happens like right when all the shit is going
Yeah,
down the
very
path,
random.
and it ends. I'm like,
No, it's like they take.
यहाँ पे
It's like Zoya Akhtar takes the concept of Riverdale or Archie comics ka low stakes and just applies it nilly-willy throughout the movie. And I'm like, "Arey, you are making a movie. Narrative alag hai."
Exactly, that's a separate thing, na. मतलब you need to
Yeah,
work
the
for the dynamics of a film, na. मतलब
And
then
it's like
what's the
Archie
point?
comics, with strips. Okay, it's like hardly 4 panels or 5 panels, and then it
Exactly.
becomes say 5 or 6 pages ka issue. That's it.
Yeah.
Yaha to you are stretching it for 2 hours. So
2 hours.
I think if
2.5
it's
hours.
2.5 hours, not even 2 hours, but
yeah, 2.5
sorry for
hours.
one last thing. I think the bigger problem is like I don't know if she was aware of what they were making, both Rima Kakti and Zoya Akhtar, what they were making. Because if they were and then they were doing it purposefully, they were taking a big bet on the scenes working out on their own, which I think is counterproductive for the actors itself. I don't know. Maybe they were thinking that this is a hack that they would play out the scenes in a certain way so that the actors could kind of perform in this much, and then there couldn't be so much of a critical look at how they were performing a scene. I don't know what was the thought.
Also, I don't know. Also, I don't know if they live in a bubble or something. Look at it from this perspective. You are casting so many actors who are nepotism born or whatever the hell. You're already inviting so much attention. So when
No,
you
I
were
think
casting,
that
no,
they
no,
shouldn't worry only about, but they were too defensive. That's what.
I'm not asking them to worry. I'm just saying ki if you're making a film, Zoya Akhtar film, you are already inviting attention because it's a Zoya Akhtar film. So quality control वैसे भी होना चाहिए. If you compound that with the fact that you are casting these 3 nepotism kids or whatever, it's unfair that there will be so much criticism because of the launch vehicle that it is. So try to introduce more quality control, na, so that people won't judge it anyway.
And if you're going to
Kuch bhi
sell
nahi
it
hai.
as a 7 protagonist film and then shortchange the
Yes.
other 4,
Shortchange
people
the
are going to
others.
come for you.
People are going
then
to
you
come for
deserve
you.
it.
I
Then you
I
deserve it.
actually saw one interview where Zoya Akhtar is like, when you're giving attention to the three people who have
It's your
parents in the
fault.
industry, you're not giving attention to the rest four because they are also co-leads supposedly. And I was like,
Boss,
this
please
is a
Exactly.
don't touch
betrayal,
me.
yaar. Because I was like, I thought you were telling me the truth about, you were being honest to me that these guys were also part of the
Yeah.
whole process or the
Yeah,
whole
if you're
film
going
as,
to,
but they're not
yeah,
there only.
They're not there. So you're
yeah,
essentially blaming the
you're
press for
calling the
what you're
movie,
doing.
you're calling the movie the Archies. If you
Yeah.
are going
Hmm.
to not show any of the other cast or any of the protagonists or any of the people in Riverdale, but you're just going to focus on the three protagonists, then just call it, Archie Comics or whatever the hell, Archie and
You're
Russell.
not even actually focusing on the trio. The film is so
Yeah, the film
centered
is
on
disjointed as hell.
Archie.
It's just
It's
disjointed as hell. It's like, what are you doing? Half
it's
of the time, I have no
cripplingly
idea.
difficult. I mean, it's cripplingly difficult to get behind a film which has such a particularly inept titular character.
Yes,
Archie just
it's
does
the
not sell it. It's just
charismatic.
Bland.
I call him charismatic black hole.
I called him a
Agastyananda. I'm
vacuum.
sorry.
I
I'm
don't know.
sorry.
Charismatic.
You
It's
guys.
true.
Maybe you guys have so much bad things. I was like, theek hai. Like I was like, whatever. Like I didn't like, care for him, but I was like, fine with it. Like I didn't
See, the
find
thing
No,
him.
is
but
that
that's the thing that you
Archie is
didn't care for
supposed to
him.
be an
Weren't you supposed
everyman.
to?
He's not
Yeah,
supposed
but
to
I
be
didn't
bland.
care for characters that way. But
Sorry,
it
Varun,
what it was
we
more.
interrupted you a couple of times.
No, no.
Continue.
Yes, sorry, you were saying.
Archie is not supposed to be like Reggie
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
charismatic, but
yeah,
he's
yeah,
not
yeah.
supposed to be blank. He's supposed to be the
Hmm.
boy next door, the
He's the
Hmm.
everyman, the
Hmm.
average guy.
also
But
You're
also
not
he's
literally
the
boy
kid.
being
next
that.
door.
He's the
Hmm.
kid. He's the kid who is supposed to be the boy next door. He's the kid who is supposed to be the screw up. He's the kid who is supposed to be the goofball.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yeah,
he's the kid who
Who
is supposed to
also
have a
needs
very
her.
who is
definitely
supposed to
not.
have an antagonistic relationship with Mr. Lodge, which this
Lodge.
movie shows in
One
one
scene.
second, one
Mr.
scene.
Lodge कौन है?
Ali
Alai
Khan,
Ali
Khan.
Khan.
Ali Khan जो play कर रहा है जो role.
Ali Khan, whatever.
Ali
He's there in
Khan,
a lot of Excel product. He was there in Dawn too.
Like
Don
Veronica
Cruz.
father.
Veronic's
Yeah.
dad.
Divan.
हाँ
Yeah,
हाँ वो
Divan
scene
in Don too.
Iman.
yeah.
All Excel, whatever veterans
Ah,
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
film.
Hmm. Hmm.
Do we
that
let's
was
get on.
actually
Sorry, continue. Then we go into the comments after this.
my thing is that
तो
I
खत्म
wrote
ही
this
हो
in
गया
my
सर 2 घंटे बात करेंगे anyways
नहीं,
I wrote
बस
this in
we
my
finishing
tweet.
after the comments. But yeah,
No, we
और
still have
ज्यादा
to
कुछ कहना
quickly
नहीं
address
है
the
मूवी के
writing.
बारे में.
अरे वरुण बोल
Sir,
रहे बोल.
हाँ.
हाँ
So
हाँ
I had this brief bit of thing when I wrote this in my review as well. That for a while I was like of this cast who's got the biggest sort of किसका बाप सबसे ज्यादा बड़ा है to put it crudely. That was Shah Rukh Khan. So I had fun with Swana Khan's casting for a while, but then
yeah
I was like that if that is your intention, boss, you better make a much
You
funnier,
better
a
make it
more
compelling. You better
more
make it compelling or
self-aware
funny.
film.
Yeah, yeah.
You make be more self-aware, but you're not. You're like there's just this puerile exchange that happens. Also, the film uses none of the great Archie's locations well. Pop Tits
Yeah.
is reduced
Pop
to
Tits क्या है? No,
हाँ
seriously, Pop
shop.
Tits क्या
They
है?
changed the name. They changed the
Yeah.
name to like. I was like, how can that is a crime? You can change Reggie all you want. You can make him this
You
empathetic
made Reggie
good guy.
charismatic. I have no issue with. You
No
made
issue.
Reggie
It's
charismatic. I
a
have no issue
positive
with.
change.
Yeah, that's
But
a positive change. You
you
changed
have
Jughead's favorite milkshake. You changed Jughead's favorite milkshake. You changed hot dog ka
the owner.
entire thingy.
He's
Yeah,
in Mage's arms almost like all the time.
yeah. क्या है? क्या
और
है?
ये तो लो ये तो वो Star Wars लोड हो गई अब इसमें अब जो बाकी लोग
अरे
हैं वो
भाई
जिन्होंने
कहाँ Star Wars
But
कहाँ
these are
Archies?
but these are real.
वो-
These are relationships that are established in the comics.
For
So
a
if you're
for a
adapting
movie
them,
for a movie which quote unquote Bharadwaj Rangan calls one of the more faithful comic book adaptations, this is not
it is
faithful.
not
I'm
very
sorry.
faithful. Yeah, I mean, okay, I can understand Archie's car not being there because he's not 18, तो गाड़ी नहीं चला सकता है वो.
और जलोपी नहीं चला सकता है बंदा.
हाँ.
सॉरी.
और गाड़ी चलाएगा तो पोल्यूशन फैलेगा ना
हाँ.
हाँ
वो
वो भी
ग्रीन
है.
पार्क के लिए कैसे अच्छा हो
Green
सकता
Park के लिए कैसे
हाँ
अच्छा
वो
हो
भी है.
सकता है. But
अरे
the thing
सीएनजी
is
ले आओ. 1960s में था
वो
सीएनजी.
एयरप्लेन से लंदन जर्म नहीं होएगी बट
हाँ हाँ हाँ.
well, chocolate
Okay.
shop is supposed to be the gang's hangout spot. You're
Yeah,
not
chocolate
able
shop.
to make
You're not
that
able to
chocolate shop
establish
कहाँ
it
था?
only.
That's
You're not
Pop
able.
Tits essentially.
Yeah,
That
that's
is
Pop
basically-
Tits.
वो वॉलेट शॉप है
उसका
हाँ.
उसका नाम
See,
actually
you
chocolate
did not
shop.
see. You did not even
You did
notice
not
it,
know.
and that's the point.
The
हाँ, वहाँ
school
तो
is supposed
बर्गर
to be a
खाते हैं वहाँ पे चौक थोड़ी ना थी वो.
so like and the fact that the dialogue sounded like, you know, they were trying to uh, imitate a 13-year-old today,
हाँ.
but trying to imagine what they would sound like if they were born in the if they were 13-year-olds in the 60s. Farhan
अरे
Akhtar,
अरे
whatever it is you're smoking, I request you to please put it aside.
अरे नहीं यार,
अरे
वो डायलॉग से ज्यादा, आई टेल यू वन मोर थिंग, अगर एक्टर्स अच्छे होते हैं तो कैसा भी
हाँ तो वो
डायलॉग
tell
पुल ऑफ
कर
हो
ले.
सकता है.
हाँ, but
तो
that should
लाइक
not
देयर इज
mean
दैट
that
वन
your
डायलॉग
dialogue is
दैट आई
bad.
नॉट फॉरगेट. खुशी
Hmm.
कपूर गोस एंड आस्क, क्या हुआ आर्ची? अरे
नहीं नहीं,
ऐसे
क्या
कौन
हुआ
डायलॉग
अरे
बोलता है?
और
क्या हुआ?
and when Suhana Khan goes, that's on the trip.
हाँ वही यार, व्हाटएवर यार, उतना मैं ध्यान नहीं
I
दे रहा था,
was,
बट बात.
yeah, that pissed me off as well. That just, and
एंड आई वाज
also
लाइक,
Farhan
ऐसे
Akhtar
ऐसे तो बात ना
special
करो यार.
appearance.
अरे
Farhan
I
Akhtar
अरे
special appearance.
I had guarantee you I had a very difficult time while watching the movie for the first 10 to 15 minutes, because I was like I was watching I thought I was watching a very badly dubbed English movie in Hindi, except this is an actually Hindi movie. It's like the
Setman
dubbing is
Sundays.
bad. Yes, yes.
Setman Sundays.
Yeah, Set
Yeah.
Max Sundays. Yeah, it's like somebody dubbed Die Hard 3 on Hindi and you are hearing this guy, except this is a Hindi movie.
Okay, now we go on to the comments. Let's we need to
I
wrap
mean,
up very soon.
we've covered up a lot of the comments, to be honest. So it's not
No,
like
wait. Omkar
okay.
says Befikr is racist. काले हो तुम काले हो. I don't know what that is. I don't remember that bit. Gursimran asks, will there be animal discussion in coming days? The
Thursday,
episode
I
is already
suppose,
recorded.
Simran.
It's coming out on Thursday.
Mega
Wait
mega
for that.
3 hours.
Wait
3
for
घंटे
that.
निकालो उसके लिए please.
That's a
Animal
doozy.
की बात करेंगे.
That's a doozy of an episode.
Wait. That episode has 3 films. Yeah, Sam Bahadur,
Yeah.
Animal, and 12th Fail, in which features Dhruv, Amartya, and Aryan. Anyone else?
And
Indra.
Indra.
Indra is
Varun.
in. Oh my God.
Why do 3 hours?
Full
He did 3
gangster,
hours.
all of them. Okay.
Yes.
It's fun,
Then
very
Indra
discussion. Yeah.
says it is the whole Ruskin Bond conversation I had with Amartya. What part? What is the
Ruskin
context?
Bond का जो book का cover है वो
अरे जो
80s
बुक
का
का
है,
कवर
by
है
the
वो
way.
80s का है, पहली बात.
अच्छा.
वो
How is
80s
that
का
trivia
कवर है.
type.
Okay.
जो भी section में goofs होता है.
No, it's
Right.
like continuity manager कोई था नहीं क्या सेट पे? That is my bigger question.
So इतना अगर
अब
issue
तो
अगर to
था
try and
अपने
impress
पिक्चर
me
देख
so much,
पिक्चर देखना.
if you want to try and
Omkar
impress me
says-
so much with stuff and then you get it wrong, like platform, they write the Hindi and English both, right, on the platform. Hindi में when you write, you don't write platform number. In Devanagari, you say platform क्रमांक. क्र आना चाहिए.
यार,
वहाँ पे न लिख रहे हो और तुम बोल रहे हो हमारा.
इतना तो
we can ignore that.
इंटरनेट से तो गाली दे सकते
I
हैं. ठीक
have
है, दे दे
to.
तू.
Amartya, this is for you.
Of course you forgot the woman. Of course I did. Don't you know? And by the way, that's to you, Sanjeet. You forgot the woman in the
Which
podcast.
woman?
See, Sanjeet didn't know. Sanjeet didn't know. Sanjeet
Ah,
didn't
Oh,
okay,
know.
okay.
I didn't know. I was out of the whole loop anyway.
Yeah,
Sorry. Okay.
Mhm.
Omkar says किस मनूज का नाम लिया? I forgot the context. निकल गया अभी तो.
I think Karan Johar.
Karan Johar ही होगा.
यार,
और कौन होगा?
थोड़ा तो ठीक है. Okay.
ठीक है, आदत हो
Omkar
गई
says
अब.
dollar store Adrian Lin.
Dollar store Adrian. Who said that? That's a very good
That's-
comparison. Who said that?
So,
Um,
Adrian Lin movie, Archies.
No. Adrian Lin made Deepwater. Remember Deepwater?
Line
I
है
know,
उसका
I
नाम
know who
LYNE.
Adrian Lin is.
LYN.
I was
yeah,
referring to Gehra. Oh no, Gehraiya. He was referring to not Karan.
Yeah, I
Johar.
was referring to Gehra. Yeah. Dollar
Okay,
store
okay,
Adrian
okay.
Lin. Yes. Deepwater.
Okay. Nicholas wanting refund.
From the
He
podcast or
says
Netflix?
Huh?
From the podcast or from Netflix?
वाला सर्दी वाले बात है. Netflix वाला.
He or
Open
that
it,
person says Jennifer Lynch. What is the reference? Jennifer Lynch?
I think we were talking about David Lynch. I think he meant Jennifer. I think that Jennifer Lynch is the.
Okay.
the
Swapnil says movie so empty अपना चीज डाल के reference मारना पड़ रहा है.
हाँ, that is true. That is exactly true. Yeah.
Omkar says कुछ मस्त Lynchian देखना है to watch Dali when it comes out. Fantastic film. It was there at Mami, no?
Yes. We
Lots
will
of
move
stuff
on
was
from
there
that.
at Mami.
Let's move on from that.
Swapnil Azad says there's nothing in the cinematography which you already discussed. Okay. Omkar says BR बावला हो गया है. He has okay. No, okay. You've
CNG
displayed
was used
something.
as a fuel for vehicles only in 2000. Exactly. Yeah. तो वो भी नहीं होगा. मतलब क्या ही कर सकते हैं. But it wasn't a
हाँ
fuel
ठीक है.
alternative. Angela, are you
How
using
was it
Google too much?
discovered
क्या?
in the 90s and then used in the World Wars? Late 1890s, okay, perhaps.
Late 80s, 90s. ठीक है
1890s,
ना?
not 1990s. I
Late
don't know why it
80s.
went to 1990s. But no, actually, Sanjeet, I wanted to ask you something about the
ट्रिविया
cinematography.
भरो उस पे IMDb
Uh,
पे इस
please, sir.
गूफ्स और
Please,
ट्रिविया कुछ
Sorry,
होता है.
उतना टाइम नहीं है. माफ करो.
No, sorry. The exterior sequences, I felt like there's something off about how they've shot stuff, especially which is like lots of sunlight coming in. It looked just.
You know
just
what it
looked
reminded
weird.
me of? You know what it reminded me of? ये कार्तिक आर्यन का मूवी क्या था जो आला वैकुंठपुरम लोग का रीमेक था?
ये अभी जो
शहजादा.
आई है
शहजादा.
Shehzada.
Shehzada,
अरे
yeah. It reminded me of exterior shots of Shehzada sometimes.
भाई शहजादा का exterior, even though I don't like the DP of शहजादा, उसका shots were much better than. I mean, the thing is, I think it's a mix of exterior location. I think they shot a lot in Ooty,
Ooty,
from
yeah.
whatever I read before. So you get a little bit of soft sun and those exterior locations, like the British looking gardens or whatever, colonial looking architecture and everything. But I think a lot is green screen as well. But the parks and all, they look, to me, they look natural. And a lot of green screen didn't look like green screen. So that's because it's not Mission
I
Rani
don't.
Ganjna, so it's a good thing.
you just saw that also.
So I had to put it out now. I had to share my trauma of that.
Sanjeet, is Mission Raniganj better than Archies? Both are on Netflix.
You watch that and you debate for yourself. I'm not saying anything.
अलग सा discussion करो.
Mission Raniganj versus
अगले
Archies.
leave the world behind Mission Raniganj.
Leave the. हाँ वही. Yes.
Omkar says BR बावला हो गया है if he has said that. Okay, to whatever BR. अरे ठीक है,
Yeah,
BR has his
No, I
opinion.
think-
BR is a
no,
different
no.
person only, so we cannot just
Yeah.
be like.
BR has his own opinion. क्या ही कर
Not
सकते
just
हैं?
that,
I'm just
I
saying
think
कि.
he's
So, I mean, he
60,
liked
70
Tiger
का
also.
born
So
कोई.
अभी.
No, and people born in that time will have a very different opinion of the Archie comics.
Of course.
And
No, but I think BR in general puts in just stuffs a
Yeah.
lot of context in whatever he analyzes in general. So for
And
him,
the
it
he
might
made
be
a-
working in
their
that.
own.
He made a good. I didn't buy the argument, but he did make the films. The whole what we are complaining about conflict resolution ka thing, which is like
Hmm.
it, resolution happens next scene. That sort of captures the comic book
Comic
fight
book
scene.
strip. Yeah.
No, I got
They-
that. No,
they
I got that. I
really
got
bad
that. You know,
together.
I got that. But that's what I'm saying, right? Comic book ka scene is different than making a
Different.
2-hour movie with
No,
one
that's what I'm
singular
saying.
conflict.
Exactly.
That's what I was saying. If they were aware about what they were making, then it's a
Yeah.
separate thing. But if they weren't aware about, how the scenes are supposed to be played out, then it's a separate,
Mhm.
that's a different problem altogether.
Mhm.
But yeah. Okay, then Gursimran ka ho gaya. Then Ahindra says, of course, you forgot the woman. Then Gursimran says, Sanjeet sir, आप कब देख रहे हो Animal? अब PM अब तो पूरी
अब तो
दुनिया ने
सब
देख ली.
नहीं मैंने नहीं
Soon.
देखा.
जाओ सर
I'll watch when Varun watches.
देखेगा
देख
हाँ,
रहे भी नहीं.
then Omkar says, "चलो मस्त है." Thank you, Omkar, for being part of the conversation. हाँ,
Yes.
respect BR otherwise. Of course, no, we
No,
we
that's
can
the
of course
point.
agree
We're
with you.
just saying, we're just trying to sort of understand where he's coming from.
हाँ,
Yeah,
they
of
kind of
course.
put
Karan
into
Adarsh
context what he meant.
writing a-
But yeah, I mean, yeah, he's not Karan Adarsh or जो जोगिंदर टुटेजा और
Yeah. None of
Sumit
them,
Patel.
of course. Yeah.
I'm
Sumit
trying to
Patel,
think
of
of other
course.
names. Rohit
अरे
Jaiswal.
KRK.
Bro, KRK still कुछ तो निकालता है अच्छी बातें. उसका तो मैं क्लिप डालेगा किसी एक दिन. बस अच्छे
कहाँ
क्लिप्स रखे
निकलता है भाई? कहाँ निकलता है?
अरे if you listen to older episodes, I used to put his clips at the end. That's a hidden treasure. If you listen to episodes, the post. Huh?
क्या
क्या?
बोला?
For posting, if you put KRK clip in our episodes.
अरे I did post in earlier episodes. You might have missed out because they were used to be like that post credit thing.
I missed out. Thank God.
Dhruv should just go and hang
Komal
out with
Nahta. Omkar
KRK.
says Komal Nahta also.
हाँ, कोमल नाहटा. Yes.
ये पिक्चर खाली 25 करोड़ का बिजनेस करेगी. फिर वो फोन में लाएगा एक ट्रेड एनालिस्ट को. वो नहीं ट्रेड एनालिस्ट नहीं, वो फोन लाता था थिएटर ओनर्स को. हाँ जी, तो क्या रिपोर्ट आ रही है, ऐसे करके बातें करता था. अरे वेरी वियर्ड गाय. बॉबी भाई.
भाई ये क्या क्रिटिक्स प्लानिंग का सेशन
आजाद
बन
says
जाएगा
KRK is the goat.
KRK is the
No, no.
that's
उसको invite
Azad.
कर
That's
लो sir.
Azad. No, that's Azad. It's okay. Contrarian must contrarian है. मजा आता है बात करने में. That's Azad maybe. It's fine.
यार बॉबी भाई कौन था? ओमकार says, do you guys know?
हाँ,
What
ये
Bobby bhai?
I'm
I
pretty sure
I
it's not
know
Bobby
the
Deol.
I got the reference, but I can't put a face to the name.
I think it's
Bobby
Bobby
Deol
Singh.
का
He's
तो
a
आजकल चल रहा है.
Bobby
हाँ,
Singh, Bobby
हाँ.
Singh तो cinematographer था ना?
No, not that guy. He's a journalist.
हाँ, there is a
When
journalist who this.
Azad says when is Deshdrohi 2 coming, by the way? We'll ask him. I think we should call him
Ask
sometime.
Dhruv.
We should ask him that. We
Dhruv
should
can
ask
just
him
walk
that.
across to his house.
Okay,
वहीं
before
पे रहता
we end, quick
अभी रहता है.
2 line. Huh?
क्या
अभी
बोला?
रहता है.
हाँ,
KRK.
KRK lives in the UAE, right?
I
अरे
don't
ध्रुव,
know.
go to his house.
अरे भाई, he's a millionaire.
Dhruv, go to his house. Talk with him.
Arey, you'll see some random guy walking in purple suit. That's probably him. Velvet suit from top to bottom.
It's either him or Ranveer
Oh,
Singh.
Bobby from Getty Galaxy. खतरनाक reviews.
Oh, that guy.
Oh, okay. I know about this guy.
got-
इसका आता
I got
रहता है कभी YouTube पे ऐसा random. ठीक है. Before we end, quick 2-liner reviews and then we wrap up. जल्दी. Whatever reviews नहीं. Closing thoughts. Amartya, you go first.
होगा सर.
Why me?
अच्छा ठीक है, मैं बोलूं क्या फिर?
मेरे पास कोई पंचलाइन नहीं है इस मूवी का. That's my punchline. I don't have a punchline. Fuck off.
Okay. तेरा हो गया 2 लाइन का. खत्म. Varun, you go
Okay,
next.
so I think people shouldn't take Archie seriously because the film ends with Agastya Nanda exulting at somebody else's right Hindi, and I'm like, bro, तेरे को खुद नहीं आती है, तो की correct करके बैठ रहा है. But watch it for Vedang Raina, watch it for Mihir Ahuja, watch it for the adorable dot. I mean, the three of them, I hope they make it big because we deserve more
They
of
need
these
to.
guys.
They need
And
to
less
for
of
the
those
world to
other
make
things.
sense. For the
Yeah.
world to make sense, they need to.
Mihir Ahuja is very good. In general, uska timing is just bang on. Dhruv, what about you? 2-liner.
वन लाइनर ले लो सर ताकि वो 2 लाइनर ही हो जाएगा. एको
हाँ,
4
exactly.
लाइन बोल दिया तू बोलने में.
जो भी बोलना है जल्दी बोल.
a bunch of good-looking nitwits waste their time and our fictional town of Riverdale situated in northern India. That is about it.
Wow. And
Wow,
I think
wow.
I am disappointed, but I shouldn't have had expectations in the first place from Zoya Akhtar. I don't think so I've ever been disappointed from either Reema Kaki
Yeah.
or Zoya Akhtar, but I think one
Okay, you saying
Gold, I was going to say that Gold, and now this are 2 disappointments from whatever Tiger Baby production or whatever.
Right.
Um,
Itself.
last-
Gold was
No,
and
but it's
also
No, but it's a
To
killer
have-
thing ही ना संजीत. It's a killer thing ही ना क्योंकि फिंचर का मूवी है. अगर एक्सपेक्टेशन ना भी रहे तब भी तो एक्सपेक्टेशन रहता था ना.
it's
That's
a
the whole point here
हाँ,
also.
Did you just
perpetual-
compare Reema Kagti and Zoya Akhtar to Fincher?
I can compare anybody
यार,
to
it's
anybody
not
right at this
comparison.
point.
काफी भारी
Okay,
तुलना.
to whoever is listening, we are going to do a lot of live YouTube lives on Mondays and episode releases on Spotify and other streaming platforms on Thursdays. So make sure you please follow us. You can subscribe us on YouTube as well. It'll really help us to reach out to more people and will keep us motivated to do these lives and our normal recordings that come out. So mostly 2 episodes per week, which is including a live on YouTube on Mondays and recorded episode on Thursdays. The new episode on Thursday is the Hindi film roundup, which is 12th Fail Animal and
we're talking about men
Sam
Bollywood
Bhatt.
essentially.
Sorry?
23 good, bad, and ugly men of
Bollywood, yeah.
23
हाँ,
Bollywood.
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And hopefully we get to do more episodes and we are always on time and don't lag or ठीक है. Last few comments that I'll read
Very
out quickly. Omka
Okay.
says Varun bhai हाथ जोड़ते हुए and then 2 laughing he emojis. I'm sure he's praising you or he's worshipping you. You can revert back. Swapnil Azad says इसने अभी मालिक से किया compare ये तो कुछ भी नहीं.
This was Amartya.
This is
हाँ,
me,
हाँ.
yeah.
Yeah. Omkar says Fincher से Kennedy पे जाओ अब. We've already done a Kennedy review from the Mami series, which is both on Spotify and on YouTube. Please listen to that. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Omkar says 12th fail, best Hindi film of the year. IMO. Yeah, I think we'll all
So far,
kind of agree.
yes.
I don't know if yeah.
वो सेंटिमेंट रिपीट होएगा उसी एपिसोड में जो को आ रहा है
And also most probably in the best of the year episodes,
जब
which
भी
are
वो
roundups,
होएगा
yes.
probably going to come in another couple of weeks. Okay, so I'm wrapping this up now because we're 24 minutes above the limit that we thought should be. But
half
thank
an
you so
hour
much for.
more but okay yeah
We said 1 hour, no? It's 24 minutes.
It's
Okay,
Also,
just
never
I
mind.
have to, I have
45
to, I have to
minutes,
say
it
this.
doesn't matter.
Please.
Malik reference made sense because उसमें Malik का tree of life है और इसमें भी trees are life है.
Indian trees hai, right? Yep.
Wow.
do not okay
I think the
What?
first thing that
What? Varun
Dhruv is gonna
defended.
do
Varun
is just gonna
defended my
clean his
show.
ears, put eye drops in his eyes, brush his teeth, and then just gonna, just completely cleanse himself.
Yes,
And
yes, yes.
अगर कुछ ज्यादा होता तो वो गंगा जल लेके आता, बात अलग थी. Okay,
UAE
last
में
comment that I'll
गंगा
read.
जल कहाँ से लाएगा?
अरे वो आ जाएगा कहीं से. गुरसिमरन सिद्धू says Salar or Donkey, more expectations from neither.
Donkey.
No expectations.
Neither.
I
None. Zero.
Donkey से expectations है मेरी
have no expectations.
I have
and
no
you will never be
expectations.
disappointed.
Have no expectations. कोई disappointment नहीं होगा. Simple.
मेरी
Simple.
Wonka से
अरे
expectation.
वो Phantom Thread
that
का
is
dialogue है यार.
not true
Phantom Thread का dialogue वो तो. ठीक है.
वो भी
Thank you so much for listening. You can follow. Yeah, there is that dialogue like expectations वाला. You don't remember?
अरे खत्म कर दे तो भाई
वो
इसको.
अपना Wipro की कहता है.
चीज की डिस्कशन में ट्री ऑफ लाइफ और थ्रेड ले आए
Phantom.
बंद करो इसको
Thank you so much for listening. You can follow Dhruv on his Instagram page at Terminal Cinema. You can follow Varun on his Instagram page at Cinephile Stock. You can follow Amartya on his Instagram page at Amartya25. You can follow me at Pixel_Baba. You can follow Queen is Dead Film podcast, which will be hopefully be more active in the coming few days, months, years. I can't promise things. Thank you so much for listening. Please follow us. Swapnil says, please, I kindly request. Okay, khatam episode. Khatam karna.
प्लीज आई काइंडली रिक्वेस्ट टू एंड द एपिसोड
No,
Please-
please I kindly request this Salar का punchline
No.
जो भी हो बंद